Hello friends, welcome back. It's time for another episode of BigDenoPlays Dragon Eclipse. I think we're on to episode 6 or 7. Working my way through painting the little toys as well. Having a great time with that. I just finished a couple. Let's finish this little Furple guy, Exalted Furple, even though I'm probably not going to get to use him because I don't seem to be enjoying, I haven't really played with the Furple much. And this guy, who we haven't even seen yet, big Blastoise. So yeah, we'll have a finished collection in the next couple of days, which is cool, and we'll play through the campaign. So we're gonna dive straight into it. We're on to campaign selection or thingy selection, and we've selected H, which is this one down here, the Mirage. I think we're chasing after the Fae. We've also got a volcano that we could go to, which is cool. But this one and this one, I think, are from the expansion bits, so probably not necessary for the core campaign. You can see there's a PS written there. So yeah, we'll do this one, and then we'll decide where we go from there. This is unexplored too. Okay, so let's dive in.
The map you found in the mountains sets a course toward the eastern desert. The symbols on the map assure you that you are going to see bodies of water there, but as you travel on, you see nothing but sand. Not that that surprises you. You've heard that the world changed rapidly during the first eclipse, making maps from before much less accurate. Another problem occupies you much more. What are the Fae looking for? They have already visited one cluster of ruins, and now they are heading for another one. For some reason, they appeared in the vicinity of Kayberg, and somehow they overpowered the Dragon Guardian. You still have no idea what they are up to, and you must get to the bottom of it.
So we have a powerful brightness and water enemy, and earth Mystling will be useful, so we're going to take in our Elkthorn once again. I'm just playing Elkthorn and Shadeclaw at the moment because it's fun. And yeah, let's dive in. We have the Eager Tamer Part 3 status. We go to script H3.
Traveling with Alvin has been quite a challenge. You are not a born teacher, and even a passionate one would eventually give up trying to overcome Alvin's recklessness and stubbornness. Despite the boy's obstinate efforts to have his own way at every step, you have taught him a thing or two. Or so you hope. A wind-swept desert land stretches before you, dotted with jagged rocks of incredible shapes. Far away there is an oasis with some machines, but you see no trace of the tower you learned about. You find it strange, as such landmarks should dominate the landscape. Still, the area looks interesting, and it is worth taking a look around. But carefully, though. Such desert areas are often full of quicksand.
Alright, let's open map 16. Oh, it's a desert. I'm shocked. We've reached Arrakis. And what secret do we use? Secret number 6. So here is our secret card. And we place our time tracker in slot number 4. Start the exploration. Alright, so once again, we'll look for secret numbers. Can we see any secret numbers, Deno? There's some script there on the wall, but I don't see any secret numbers on. That looks like a mirage of a door frame or something. That's cool. Yeah, can't see a secret number. So let's go have a look at this crazy script at H67.
There are some ancient writings on the rock, partly covered by sand. It crosses your mind to shove the sand away and read the rest. But what is the point? You don't understand that odd alphabet anyway. You shove the sand away to disclose strange words and an intriguing drawing. It presents a mistling a bit similar to a furple, but larger and more intimidating, and a winged figure walking toward it, their hands raised.
Cool. So I don't know what that's done, but it's cost us a time. Let's go look at the Mirage H49.
You thought you saw a gate, but as you come closer, the shapes blur and blend with the background. All you see is solid rock again. So was it just an illusion? Coming here was just a waste of time, it seems. Your Mystlings poke around a bit, and when you call them back, they return strangely invigorated.
Starting with the power is good. All right, let's go have a look at this rock, I think. Inside this whole cave. We do not have either of those statuses. So if you have the local threat, we do not. Token A, no. We do have an Earth Mistling. Yes, yes.
The dark gap of the cave entrance looms in front of you, but you hesitate before you plunge in. You stand there and breathe in the cave air. You have detected a distinct mistling odor, a clear sign that the cave is inhabited, but what truly astonishes you is the salty smell of the sea breeze blended with it. In a cave? What actually lives there?
It's a
You
Luminesca.
enter the cave and are immediately engulfed by impenetrable darkness. There you pick up the sound of movement. You look in that direction, straining your eyes to penetrate the gloom, when unexpectedly, bright light floods the inside of the cave. You instinctively fall back and blink fast to help your eyes adjust, and finally you see a Luminesca in front of you. The Mistling is large and visibly furious that someone has violated its territory.
I shall set up this combat. All right, we're set up. So we're facing off against a Luminesca. And this is the big version, but we only have the little version painted. So rather than stop to paint it, it's literally one of the next 3 figures that I've got on my list to paint. So that's fine. Wasn't supposed to be this early in the campaign, but it is what it is. We'll face the Luminesca. The little Luminesca is a good stand-in. He's a friend of ours. So, strike, young Shade Claw, Shadow Puppet. Ooh, we've got a trigger. We have got a trigger if we're facing a light elemental. I have to say that that is a very positive thing for us. Let's just slide that up so you can read these cards fully. Don't need it quite that far, don't I? But yes. So the Shade Claw should be pretty good in this combat. We are starting with a power. This, yes, this is going to be a cool fight. So we've got 3 of each card. So And the special ability is sitting on 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So we do have the option to tame this guy. Place a machinery in each one of these spaces. Machinery, machinery. Just 2. You may treat a machinery as an opponent for the purpose of attacks and dealing damage. When it gains at least 6, discard it. End your turn in range 1 from Luminesque when there are no machinery in the area. Wow, we're going to try and kill machinery? When a machinery gains at least 6 damage in 1 turn. Oh my goodness, that is going to be tough going. So we need to do 8 damage to the Luminesque in 1 turn. Oh, this is all bad. All bad. This is a bad one to start with in our starting deck. It's just it's a good one to have later on. This is okay. Strike, gain a thing, but it's not a good one to have there. I reckon we place a shadow, and that's it. We need neutral cards in our pile. Trigger. So I don't think that's going to do anything to us. And he's just attacking for attack 3. No, he doesn't do a lot of damage. Alright, so let's commence the fight. I'm actually going to do this one, which is going to get us 3 power. 1, 2, 3. And that also allows us to trigger, because we are facing a little one. We're going to place a shadow in range 2 or move, and our shadow is going to be there. We then have the option to spend this for power. Gloom manipulation, no. Okay. We'll do that. Yeah, that'll do for us. I don't think we'll move. I think we'll keep our stuff. We're just going to discard that shadow if we need to. So there we go. More shadows. Channeling. Yeah, and that also didn't clear out a neutral card, so yeah, good. Okay, so this guy's going to go. He's going to rush us. Oh, he's attacking twice. He's speed 2. Alright, we will move. We'll spend a thing to move. 1, 2 to there. So yeah, he's going to rush. He's going to move 1, 2. And he's going to pierce, but he doesn't attack us. And then he would attack again. But nothing else happens. Okay, we need to place that shadow actually back here to protect us. Cool. So whatever we choose to do here, we need to use this one, I think. Because we need to be able to discard to ignore shadow again. Yep. So we might just spend 1 to discard this card. And then we'll move. When you do that discard action, you may draw 1 card. When you draw a card, that goes like that. Ooh, interrupt 1 in any range. I'll have to look up interrupt. And then we're going to do that. So we get the 2 power back. We're going to place another shadow in any range, and it'll go there. So we've got 2 shadows out. This one will get us 5 power, which is good. Because Vengeful Shadow costs 4. Do we do Vengeful Shadow now? Deals 3 damage in range 1. No, we don't. But we could have placed this here. So maybe we do, and we get rid of the machinery. Yeah, yep, let's do that. We want a chance to tame him, so. So they, Vengeful Shadows, each shadow deals 3 damage in range 1. We've dealt 6 to this, discard it. So the machinery is discarded. Cool. So this guy goes. He's going to gain another brightness, so he's got 2 now. His max is 5. 1, 2. He is going to do quite a lot of damage. And then he's going to rush, attack, pierce 1, and then he's going to attack us again and pierce. He doesn't pierce on the second one, we don't have any armor anyway. So we could just remove both of our shadows to suffer no damage, but he's only attack 3. So I think we'll keep 1 shadow on the board. This guy is doing a lot of damage, actually. I'm going to keep this. I'll keep 1 on the board. We'll keep that one. So we suffer 3. 1, 2, 3. Cool. So he's done that again. Oh, interesting. Double attack again. We're going to do channeling, so it's just going to be 5 power that we gain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then do we wish to discard a card and cycle? So we can do that. We're going to use our shovel to trigger. Now I'm going to have a look at interrupt, which is going to happen live because I don't recall seeing that. Interrupt. What does interrupt do, Deno? Interrupt. H-I. It's not in that. Combat tags. Interrupt. Oh, there we go. Discard the X rightmost cards from the opponent's track, starting from the highest numbered slot with a card. Ooh. Cool. So that means we get to slow down their roll. Yeah, so I am going to use my hammer to do this interrupt, this trigger. So I'm going to gain a damage, but then I'm going to place another shadow. So we're down to 11. At range 2, so we'll go there. And then we interrupt, so we discard that card. And that will, then we'll shoot the Luminesca for 6 damage, 24. So Buffhead goes again, boom, gains another brightness, boom. He's got 3. He's gonna have max 5. Yeah, that's gonna hurt. We're gonna get defeated here. I can feel it. Oh, I was supposed to cycle these across. Raising contrast. We can do 10 damage, potentially. Yeah, so attack. I think we've got to remove both our shadow. Oh, we can't. Oh, that's dumb, Deno. So we're at... I should have done that in the other order. No. I could have put this one on top. Yeah, no, I have to do that. I have to spend that one to discard that to put that on top. That shouldn't be in the deck. That's from last game and me not removing it. push. Okay, so we'll remove both shadows when he attacks us, and so therefore he does no damage. Now succumb to darkness, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that will only gain us not much. Let's just do a young Shade Claw 2. Place a shadow, range 2. And he's doing the triangle, which is deal 6 damage in range 3, heal 3, rush. What is this guy? Alright. A wind tunnel. Blink X where X is your movement, so we can blink 3. Trigger! Nice. Okay, so we're going to trigger this. Deal 6 in range 3. So we're going to use our discard the shadow, so we suffer no damage from that. It's going to heal 3, so he's back up to 27. And then he's going to heal, and he's going to rush, and then he's going to proc his special, which is deal 1 damage in any range, each brightness. That's 3 damage. We're down to 8. It's going to be a tough fight, given that we haven't even started. I could have done all that damage instead of hitting the machinery. I could have hit him. Alright, so his next card is deal 6 in range 3, so we need to get out of range 3. I think we can do that. If we move, which we can now do, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, that gets us out of range. This is move an opponent in range 3 by up to 2 spaces away from you. Each space must be farther than the previous one. You may spend 2 to trigger. So we don't have the power to trigger that. We're going to use our Reinvigorating Water. Next card you play this combat is resolved twice. We're going to do this Succumb to Darkness. So we're going to get 3 power. We're going to resolve it 4 times, basically. So if we attack, 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 that will deal the 8 damage to the Luminesca in 1 turn, because it's going to deal 5 minus 2, so 3, 3, 3, so that's 9. So we'll go 18. So that's 3 attacks, and then we'll do a move. Our movement's 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we'll spend 1 to move. 1, 2, 3. Power of flesh. Alright, so this guy deals 6 in range 3. He does no damage to us. He's going to heal 3, and then he's going to rush. So heal 3 takes him back to 21. Rush movement is 2. 1, 2. Alright. So yeah, let's do a push. So this is going to be move an opponent in range 3 by up to 2 spaces away. 1, 2. You may spend 2 to trigger. I reckon we might trigger this smart approach, which is a move, and place 1 card from your discard pile on top of your deck. You better believe we're putting Succumb to Darkness back on top of the deck. I'm going to slide these across, because now we're going to be able to trigger this. Oh, it's double succumb. Alright, so the square is gain 1 brightness, up to 4, rush 1, 2, and attack at range 2, deals silence at range 2. You can't do anything about that. That's good for us. So if I go this, attack, attack, how many cards we got in our discard pile? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We can't hold on for 1 turn because we will die. Or will we? Maybe not. Yeah, so let's do this. Let's spend 1 to discard this. No, we'll keep that one. We'll discard this. And then we will spend this one for 3 damage. For 3, which is blink X, where X is your speed. So we can blink for 5, but that also has a trigger, or blink for 3. So the trigger is we're going to do Succumb to Darkness, which is now going to get us 3 options. So we will attack, attack, and the question I'm trying to decide here is if I attack, attack, attack here, the Luminesca goes down by 9 again, which takes it to 12, which gets us very, very close to what we need to be at. So I can kill them, I can smack the machinery twice. There's nowhere for me to move to get to safety. So I am suffering both the attack in range 2, which is 3 damage, and then 5 damage. So I am defeated at this point. So what can I do over here? I can use my elemental bonus action Foresight, which would allow me to resolve one of these. So we could interrupt. We could use push again. Nice. All right, let's do that. Let's do that. So we will gain 3 power as our first card from our trigger. So we discard that. Oh yeah, trigger. Yep. You can only resolve trigger once each phase, I think. Is that right? Trigger may only use once per turn. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, so attack twice. So we're going to remove that. And that gives us 7. We're then going to spend 7. Take any card from your discard pile and resolve its active effect, then remove it from play. So we're going to move an opponent in range 3 by up to 2 spaces away from you. 1, 2. So that's his turn. He then rushes and attacks. 1, 2, 1, 2, which does nothing. But then he's going to trigger his special, which is 4 damage. Okay, so we are actually closer than I thought we might be here. 1. Oh no, we're not going to get to do that again. Oh, look, we had all of our good cards. Yeah, this one would have been amazing to trigger. with 12 cards in the deck, but wasn't to be our second time. So we really need one of those ones that shadows. So this is a square. It's going to attack at range 2 again. Alright, well we need a shadow one, I think. Of course we get one of those. Of course we get one. Yeah, we can't do too much here, unfortunately. With Lightning Strike, we can deal him 6 damage. But that leaves us quite a bit short. We are still alive for one more turn. Silence does what for us? Silence. I know what it does for them. Cannot use special abilities and elemental bonus actions. The enemy with silence doesn't resolve its special ability. Okay. So not being able to use special actions or elemental bonus actions is not good. We're actually so close to this. Because he's not healing this turn. All comes down to what we get come out here. So let's do our lightning strike. That does 6 damage. He has no defense against that, so he's down to 15. We need to get him to 8 health left. We have done the first trigger. And then that gets us 2, and we'll spend 1 to discard this Come to Darkness as well. And that will go there. Shadow Puppet. Oh, maybe this is actually going to land. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this guy does his square, gain of brightness, he's at max. Rush, attack in range 2, he does 3. Deal silence in range 2. So we've got 1 health left. Suboptimal, I know. Can't use elemental bonus actions at the end of this turn. He is going to deal 6 damage in range 3 and then heal and rush, but we are going to be able to block that 6. So we're just going to take the 3 damage, or the 3 power from this Starving Bolt. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to place a Shadow Puppet to allow us to ignore damage. That will go up there, that will go up there. Before we... No, we have to do that. Wind Tunnel. Starving Bolt. Not useful at all, Starving Bolts. Why have I got those in the deck? They're not actually a very good card for this situation, don't I? What else have we got instead of them? Sprouting Darkness is much better. Oh, look at that. Slot 4, discard all cards, draw 3 cards. Okay, well, I need to put this Evoke Weakness in the deck. I got these new cards and I didn't use them, and that's my own mistake, but well, we'll just have to suck it up. Okay, so this guy goes here, this guy goes here. We are taking a Fatigue and putting it on a discard pile. So he's dealing 6 in range 3, and then he's healing for 3. So he's back up to 18. We're going to discard that to not suffer any damage. And that's it. So shuffles here. So we need to do 10 damage, which seems unlikely. But we can place a shadow. So we can place a shadow, which means we can ignore one of the attacks. We have 5 cards in our discard pile. We can get away from him here. So I think we want to do that. So we'll take 2 power, 1, 2. We will blink where 1, 2, 3. And then we'll spend a power to move 1, 2, 3. So he's no longer in range. But he's going to do his still special in any range for each brightness the Luminesca has, isn't he? Yes, he is. Oh yeah, and that also triggers, that's right. So we'll place 1 shadow in range 2. Okay. We're still in this. We're still in this up to our eyeballs. More shadows. We've got 1 health. We've got 1 health, but we're still alive. We're still in the dance. So, rush. 1, 2. Attack. Attack. Done. Deal 5 damage. We'll remove this shadow. And that's it. So it's his attack again. Can't get out of range this time. How many neutral cards we got in here? 1. Cards, 1, 2, 3. So we can potentially... How many damage we got to do? We're going to do 10 damage. Can we do 10 damage? Discard. Attack. Attack. Is 10 damage. Oh my god. Now he's got 2 shield. No, we need to put out a shadow as well. Deal 3. In range 3 for every neutral card in your pile. That's it. That's it. We move 1. We do this. That deals 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. And then we now have a trigger. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can attack twice. Which takes us down to 8. And then we end our turn in range 1 from Luminesca when there is no machinery in the arena. Come on! Come on, taming! So good. All right. H28.
The aura dims, and the colors lose their saturation. Instead, they seem to wrap around you and embrace you as the Luminesca slowly walks forward, staring at you with curiosity. You reach out and touch the side of its head. The creature tilts it and chirps, as if to show that it is eager to bond.
Alright, so we're going to get back up to 8. I really want to get that Shadeclaw exalted. Back up to 8, and we add the Luminesca card to our divider. I thought we were no chance there, but we did a good job. We got a fatigue out of it, but this guy is unreal. I'm using him in every fight. What a legend. Gain the local threat part 1 status. Done. Go to script H33.
As the Luminesca leaves the cave, the colors and shadows begin to shift. You stare at it in confusion to discover after a while that the Mystling hid its lair behind an illusion, which is now dispersing. You feel an urge to approach and figure out what the illusion has revealed.
If you have any part of the lost engineer status, we do not. No.
Once the illusion is gone, you hear someone cry for help from the depths of the cave. For a minute, you are certain that it is a part of the spell, a trap possibly? But there are genuine emotions in the cry. It may be for real. What if someone is in serious trouble?
We shall delve deeper.
The darkness in the cave is almost impenetrable, but as you run your hand against the wall, you feel the grooves of engravings. It is too dark to see what they present, but as your sense of hearing is heightened, you pick up some distinct sounds from the depths. You call out, but an echo is the only answer.
So analyze the engravings here is what I'm inclined to do because there's more engravings that we were looking at. So yeah, let's do that. I don't have light or a light mistling.
You begin to understand the message of the drawing on the cave wall. It shows an island flooded with stormy ocean waves and a tower soaring in the middle of it. There is a drop-shaped window at the top of the tower, drawn with great meticulousness in gold. It seems that the window had an important meaning for the builders, but it also has an ominous aura. The darkness in the cave is almost impenetrable. When your eyes adjust to the darkness, you spot a person cowering in the corner. You come closer to realize that it is a shabby man in tattered clothes. He eyes you in disbelief and springs up. His eyes fill with tears of happiness. I thought I was going to have to stay here for the rest of my days, he stammers out. His voice shaky and words jumbled. He tells you his story. His name is Andre, and he is both the local engineer and the co-owner of the salt factory. You might have already met his collaborator, Naran. Alas, as he was repairing a pipe on the lowest level of the machinery, someone took his ladder away. He tried to find another way out, but he got lost in the maze of corridors, and his frightful journey through the dark turned into a deadly horror. The tunnels kept shifting and vanishing, and all the known landmarks changed. You return with Andre to the oasis. Tired and relieved, you reach the first tents and realize that your arrival has been noticed by the guards. To your surprise, they seem agitated, and they ignore your friendly welcome gestures. "What's going on here?" Andre whispers. The officer appears and snarls a few orders. Two men grab the surprised Andre and guide him away. "Hey," you protest firmly. "Leave him alone." "The man is exhausted," one of the guards shouts back, "and he must rest, and you'd better leave him alone, for your own good." Shocked, you see them leading Andre to the largest tent.
Interesting. Not sure what happens with that guy. We have ticked over our time tracker, and so gain a fatigue, set the time tracker to 3. We'll give that fatigue to the guy who's not coming back because he's got no health left. Let's go to H6.
The small settlement close to the oasis teems with activity. You see groups of arrivals from all parts of the world, some of whom are busy loading their carts with sacks of salt, which is probably the main product there. You also notice a stand with a variety of goods. Everyone seems absorbed with work, and no one pays any attention to you, except the guard, who eyes you warily. No.
Yes, some equipment would be good. Draw 3 equipment, 1, 2, 3. We've got lots of silver, so a hatchet. Yeah, I'll take the hatchet. It's just got useful items for multiple situations, rope climbing. So that's good. And then I'm going to go back there and buy some items. And I can do that twice. So we're getting 3 items, gain 1, and then we're doing that again. We'll take the bottle of magic. And then 1, 2, 3. +1 attack's good. Another test thing. Yep, take that. Cool. All right, let's go look at this windmill.
As you approach the machines, the guards come up to stop you. They explain that everyone needs Naran's permit to come close to the machinery. A few silver coins are the equivalent of Naran's permit, one of them adds. The merchant looks engrossed by his business.
This is a bit of a shit show. I could have paid that 3 silver, instead I bought some stuff. So I don't like that. I can spend 3 items. I've got 2 items and 1 equipment. I really like my equipment. I don't want to do that. So I think our only option here is to go to the watering place.
Your Mystlings eagerly push forward to the watering hole, itching to take a bath, or at least drink their fill. Abruptly, a guard appears in their way. "You must pay water tax," he says. The guard seems surprised that you have ignored him. He catches up with you. "Stop!" he snarls, and grabs you by the shoulder. You yank it free, ready to fight, but as more and more people look in your direction,
I'm perplexed by what to do here. I guess we have to go and give up our... Was I supposed to put a token in slot 1 or a token A because we killed the Luminesca, which cleared the illusion? I'm going to go check that. Indeed, I was supposed to get secret 46.
once the illusion...
And yeah, so this is now replacing here, like so. H57 is the location we go.
The illusion vanishes to reveal the dome of the tower, jutting out of the desert. The main body of the tower is seemingly buried in layers of sand. Your previous experiences have taught you not to trust your senses, so you approach the dome and touch it lightly. It is solid. No more illusions, then. Now, how to get inside? There is a hole in the roof, it seems, and a drop-shaped window. And, oh, this is interesting. There are tracks leading to the tower. Before you enter the tower, you stop and spend a moment with Alvin. You don't want to expose him to the dangers that might await you in buried ruins, so you ask him to go north to Drosy Bay and take a boat west. You will meet him again in Moongore, your hometown. At first, he insists on staying with you, but the prospect of being able to meet more exotic aquatic Mystlings convinces him to leave.
So the stuff that we looked at had a bad thing happening when we went through the window. If we looked at those things underground, it was something bad about the window. So I think we go by the roof.
The hole in the roof is wide enough to safely get inside.
Ooh. Map 17. Oh, cool. We're not going to be able to look at this on this angle. Oh, are we? Yeah, just. That's unreal. Oh, it's the big Furple guy. This is unreal. Place Secret 11. Face down. I've come to the conclusion that this game I feel would be better as a two-player game. This would be cool to share this sort of stuff with people. Look at him. It's a renewed Furple. We just finished painting him. Lock scripts 7, 41, H71, H60, and 63. So we can look at H1 or H42.
Once you enter the tower, you notice Skuld. The Fae has fallen into a treacherous crack and must have at least twisted her ankle because she had a hard time standing up. So far, she hasn't seen you. Her Shadeclaw is not around, or so it seems. Skuld is a capable woman. She will surely get out of this mess one way or another, but you two have a history. Why not help her out? "It is you," Skuld says with a smile. "Lucky me. I was beginning to think I would stay here forever." One last push, and the woman joins you. Her smile of relief is something new to you. You have never seen her smile before. "You're probably wondering what I was doing here," she says. "Well, I entered the place together with a few other Fae. Our dark Mystlings managed to disperse the illusion, and the party went forward, leaving me to keep an eye out. And I did, until I fell into that wretched hole. It seems that my companions left without me." Questions swirl in your head. You ask one after another, but Skuld only shakes her head. I cannot reveal all my secrets to you. The only thing you may know is that we are still looking for ways to evade the Dragon Guardians and bring the rest of our people here. And you? What are you doing here? You tell her that you are searching for a way to deal with the odd sensations plaguing you since you met the dragon. The dragon? Skuld's smile becomes more sinister. Since the dragon is the cause of your trouble, I will gladly help you. She waves her arm around. This place used to be dedicated to the element of water, and its most important section must be on the ground floor, or so my intuition tells me. Going down might be a bit tricky, though, since I have hurt my leg.
In the Shadow. Light in the Shadow Part 4. Nice, we have 3 parts of that now. Well, our only option, I think, is H42, isn't it?
You see the remains of ancient stairs here, but decide not to trust them. A safer, yet not very safe, way down will be sliding down the pillar, where you can find some footholds here and there.
Alright, it's test time. We can look at the top 5 cards of the item deck and put them back in any order. Oh, we have to spend it. So what is our goal here? 7. If you have at least 2. Yeah. Let's try... Do we just spend it? Yeah, we'll just spend our thing. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and put them back in any order. 1, 2, that's 6. And that's 2, it's 2 eyes anyway, so we'll put them like that. We'll draw those 4. And then we're going to suffer 2 damage on each Mystling. So we're at 28 for the only one that it matters on, which is the Elkthorn. And we spent our hatchet. That's a shame.
You have managed to reach the lower part of the tower.
Oh, we didn't look at that one. So that one, and that one are locked now. We can go this one and this one. Let's look at 41.
The only way...
We'll go read H7 first.
Judging by the footprints, Fae have been here and not long ago. The books attracted their attention, obviously. Some of them are scattered on the floor, which makes you frown. Most of them look ancient, and they may have crumbled to dust this way. You search the place and...
Silver. 4 silver's good. 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, let's try sliding down that tower, shall we? So yep, same deal as before. We're going to use our bracelet, which means we need to look at the top 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and place them back in any order. Again, 6 to 7 is our target. So it doesn't matter. We are going to take 2 eyes. So let's do it. We'll flip 4, which means we're taking another 2 damage, and it takes us a time. So we're down to 26 health on our Elkthorn.
You have safely reached to the bottom of the tower. There you notice a dais with a renewed Furple sitting on it. The creature hasn't detected your presence yet. You freeze, entirely unable to take your eyes away from the dais. It seems to be radiating power, and its examination may reveal the secrets of the tower.
Tricky call. If this ticks over again, we've got a time loss. So I don't know, that might be the exit. So let's look at 71.
The column is overgrown with peculiar scabs which remind you of dried sponge or coral.
Yes, we know it was underwater. Very good. All right, let's go fight this guy.
A renewed Furple perches on a ceremonial, intricately decorated altar, which seems to be an important part of the tower.
We don't have secret 8. So let's just approach the renewed Furple.
The renewed Furple has been snapped out of meditation, and it seems flabbergasted. You approach it cautiously, raising your arms high up, like you saw in the ancient drawing. The gesture attracts the Mystling's attention, and you see the monster focus. It grabs its stick, but there's no violence in its narrowed eyes. Instead, you glimpse interest and even respect. It seems that the renewed Furple wishes to put you to a test. You hope it will be an easy one.
All right, we are setting up a combat. I'm pretty nervous. This guy looks sick though, so I'm excited to be able to fight this guy. Maybe we'll get him on our team. We are map 5. I don't think we've ever gone on map 5 before. Oh, it looks sick. How good is that? We have a power to start with our Elkthorn too. So here, and no, other way around. The arena card that we are using is 14, which is called Trial Chamber. What does it tell us to do? Place a stone in each one of those spaces. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3. Cool, okay, so that's probably not super useful to us. We've got to find the renewed Furple. There he is. Oh, he looks sick. Look at him. Little stick wielder. Hydro Lance. What? Resurgence. Oh my god, he's 35 health. He's only got 1 armor though. So we don't have to do this third one, do we? Fulfill the third taming condition. Soak the water element. Well, that's got to be a thing. It says bury the puddles. You need only fulfill the first and second taming conditions to fulfill this guy. Very good. Let's do it. 333. Excellent. 35 health. What a pus bucket. We've got to get him down to 6 health to do it. And we just got to avoid damage for 2 turns. Let's get our water one. 35. And we're on 26. All right, this is going to be an interesting battle. So let's deal out our Elkthorn's cards. We get Gore, Barkskin. Reach is always a nice one to see early, isn't it? Okay. So his first action is Blink 3, attack +1 for each puddle, heal 1. His special ability, which is on which number, Deno? Number 2. Oh, he's placing out lots of puddles. He's allowed 5 max puddles. Okay, I am inclined to just take this reach. So our attacks have +1 range. It gets us 3 power, and then we could just gain rage straight up. Or we could move and Vine Tempest, which would weaken the guy and mean he only does 1 damage to us. Yeah, I think that might be the better play. So we'll take 3. Our speed is 2, so we'll move to there. And then we'll deal 3 and weak in a line. So that's going to deal 2 damage to him. So he is down to 33. We won't do anything else. Another Barkskin. Okay, so this guy goes blink towards the opponent, attack +1 for each puddle within range 2. So he's in an attack 5, which does 1 damage because of our weaken that we put on him. So that one's done. He'll deal 4 damage in range 3. That sucks. So I think we'll use this, which is we gain reach, which is nice. And that gets us 4. However, we're going to immediately spend that 4 to gain rage. No, we won't actually. We'll keep the 4. And then we'll spend 1 to discard Barkskin so that we have 2 armor. Doesn't protect us from this attack, so is that worthwhile? Should we just take the rage? Yeah, we can do the rage another time. Ooh. Ooh. This is going to be a big turn of damage from the rampaging Elkthorn. Okay. So, deal 4 damage in range 3, heal 1 for each puddle, so there's none. So we're down to 21. And then he triggers his place a puddle in range 2. Done. If you have rage, deal 7 damage in range 1. And then we can move as well if we're facing a water Mystling. Alright, we do this. We spend 1 to discard this stomp. Actually, we don't need to because we've already got +2 from this. So we've got Rage. We're just going to play Rampage, which is going to be attack 8. Attack 8. And he's got 1 armor, so that's 14 damage. Oh my god. So he's at 19 already. Holy guacamole. That's a good start, Deno. And we gained 1, so we're spending 3. We now discard Rage. Boom. Actually, I already had Rage, so I still have 3. So we discarded Rage. So now his card is a triangle. He's attacking for +2. So yeah, we'll spend 1 to put Bark Skin up. Which means we've got at least shield 2 against this. Oh my god. Rage, rage. This Elkthorn is an animal. 23. Yeah, I don't reckon we're going to be able to do this. So, triangle, cleanse all, rush, attack +2 for each puddle. So it's an attack 7 because this puddle's here. We've got 2 shields, so it's 5. So we're at 16. We're just going to try and kill him, I think. Because it's our turn, we're going to spend 4. We're going to rampage again, which is another 14 damage. He's down to 5, so we have actually triggered the first condition. We lost the rage, we gained 2. That goes to there. That goes to there. What's he doing next? Cleanse, rush, attack 2 for each puddle. Yep, so he's just going to swing on us again. This time it's going to be 7. So we're at 9. But I reckon we got him. He places another puddle. Yeah, we're popping him here. Because all we do is we just do Blind Fury twice, or yeah, Blind Fury twice, we suffer 4 damage. We don't need to do blind damage twice. We don't need to suffer 4 damage. We'll just discard this stomp, put that there, and then we'll do Blind Fury, which gets us 2 power back, and that's an attack because of the +2. It's an attack 6, which kills the Furple. Good. All right, we won, but we didn't get a freebie.
The renewed Furple rolls back and springs up again, but this time there is a glint of respect in its narrowed eyes. The Mystling tenses its muscles and dashes towards the nearest cave, where it disappears without a trace. You may now access the altar where the creature meditated. You are now more than happy, because the altar may be the key to the mystery of the tower.
So we heal half, we add the renewed Furple, we gain an essence, and we gain secret 17. I've got to remember to get these secrets. What is secret 17? It is... Ooh, H57. No, H75. I may be more tired than I thought.
The altar is a remarkable structure. It contains a few metal elements, none of which are corroded. Surprised by that discovery, you keep examining the altar until you find a few unintelligible inscriptions and small blue crystals, gently glowing with power. Once you have finished examining the structure, you sit on the altar and close your eyes. And then the visions start. You are someone else. You shrug your wings in surprise when you discover the element of darkness lurking right behind the thin, invisible veil separating the worlds. Somehow you know that your world needs it. The light is becoming stronger, and it must be countered like other elements. Otherwise the balance will get shattered, and chaos will ensue. Your visit to the dragon monks proved that the crystal is not working well anymore, and in time, the floating islands will come crashing down to the ground. A shiver ripples down your wings. You become suddenly aware of them. You are thankful that you're not an earthbound human. Once the survival of the floating islands is secured, perhaps it will be possible to convince the dragons that noble Artios is willing to help, and that there is no need to imprison it. It doesn't happen very often, but still, Artios is full of fear. The vision dissipates, but your mind is still not your own. Alien thoughts reach you, wishing to communicate with you. Suddenly, you are sure it is Artios itself, whatever it means, and that it can sense the soul within you. The thing troubling your mind must be the soul of the dragon that died near Keoburg. Artios is imprisoned in a building somewhere in the eastern swamps. With your mind's eyes, you see yourself soaring over the land until you see the location of the prison. The cry for help is clear. Artios wants you to free it. In return, it will help you with the dragon's soul.
I have 0 parts of the tower's secrets.
A vibration snaps you out of the vision. The stone you're sitting on trembles, and the crystal's blue glow intensifies. The smell of algae and the sea appears in the air. The metal elements of the altar begin to spin, and your stone juts up, pushed by a strong jet of water. You tumble to the ground and spring up all soaking wet. The water level in the room rises quickly, and soon you and the Mystlings frantically flail your arms to stay on the surface. The level keeps rising until it reaches the upper floor. You manage to crawl out there. Skuld pants heavily as she rolls on her back. "This was quite an adventure," she says. "I didn't know that my ancestors could make such advanced machinery. And the vision, I saw Fae with large wings, actually flying over a large patch of water. What a beautiful sight it was. Did you see it too?" You shake your head, still pondering about the vision you saw. "I must go north, follow my people," the Fae says. "Thank you for your help. I hope we will meet again."
We did it! The Eastern Swamp hides answers to your many questions. Does it though? Or is this just more running around, eh? Running around. Looks cool though. We're flipping Mirage to its explored side. Cool. Oh, what does that symbol mean, I wonder? I've got to go visit some of those Z8 things because I think you spend your essence and stuff. Booster time! Let's do it. Booster! And that's it. We don't have any more story stuff after this scenario. What did we get for our magical booster? Oh, it's a darkness one. Sick. Dark portals. Deal 2 in range 2 for each other darkness card on your track. Oh my god, that is awesome. Airborne. Slows. Look at that card. That is unreal. The artwork on that is sick. Tectonic timing. Cool. Fiery rage. That's cool. Boulder throw. Deal 1 damage in range in line. Where X is your armor. Cool. So it's another Galomo card. Use it on the Galomo. And we also get some of the B cards. So I have actually added the B cards. That was something we had to do at the end of last scenario. The B cards. So we'll shuffle these. We're going to draw 8 and choose 3. But we only draw 6 and choose 3. So we'll do that. And then we're done. We might actually go visit one of those Zs and spend some essence. I think we can get 2, 3, 4, 5. What did we get? Disperse. That's cool. Double strike. That's also cool. All of your action cards, effects that deal damage, deal an additional 2. Energy geyser, disperse, and double strike. We'll take those 3. All right. Well, it's the end of this episode. We've done how many have we done now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we've done 6 scenarios. So I think there's only 10 or 12 in the campaign, so we may be halfway, which is good. I think there's I'm probably reaching a point with this game where the story is not quite engaging enough to keep me interested, and the campaign, the card play is also not quite interesting enough to keep me interested. My, that battle there was a great example of I just stood still and played cards that attacked. There was some thought process behind it, but I can get a lot more engaging card play in some other games. So we'll mull over if we want to keep going. We'll definitely do the next scenario, I think, and then we'll make a decision. It may be that I might level up one of the Mystlings, perhaps. Get a better one. Maybe that makes me feel slightly differently. I've got the big Luminesca now, haven't I? No, I didn't tame him. I just killed him. Oh no, I did tame him, didn't I? Yeah, I tamed the Luminesca. Maybe we'll take that guy out for a spin. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm just going to mull over it. I haven't made any decisions yet because there's aspects of this game that I think are fantastic, but the actual gameplay component is not as engaging as I was hoping it would be. But what I would say is that I think this would be an amazing game to play with a nephew or a niece or a younger kid that was looking to get into board games, because my nephew is mad keen on Pokemon and all his cards he's collecting. He would lose the plot at this. He would just think this is the best. So I'll either have to try and play some with him or lend it to my brother-in-law so he can play some with him, because I think he'd absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. All right, friends, I'll catch you on the next episode. Big Dano out.